Is weighing myself bad for me?
I am so glad we are discussing this question about the scales and the surmounting evidence of how weighing ourselves creates behaviors that may not be supporting a healthy body and mind. And you know that I'm passionate about mind-body medicine and making sure that you do everything you possibly can to have energy and vitality so you can share your very special gifts that you have been put on this earth to do. And you can only do that when you feel amazing. I was talking to a client this week. She told me she weighs herself every day. She knows this behavior is not supporting her, and other people don't know this. So she's actually one of the lucky ones. She's not alone. If there's one of her, there are millions more like her. And this episode is very heartfelt because I was also this woman not so long ago and still have these struggles on a daily basis. My beautiful client knows that this is not healthy. It doesn't even make her feel good to weigh herself every day, but she does it anyway. It's an emotional roller coaster. Can you relate? Why do we do the things we do when we know what we know? I want to break this down. What we weigh on the scale is made up of so many moving pieces. So let's break this down because knowledge is power. Knowledge is being powerful and empowered, which is the opposite to being disempowered. We have kilos of poop in our bowels. We have a few kilos of bacteria. We have fluid from our hormonal fluctuations. We have fluid from the liquids that we drink. One day to the next, they'll be different. How hydrated we are, our mineral balance. We have water retention from lots of different things, from stress to lack of sleep to the foods we eat. And we especially have water retention or edema from foods that we are sensitive to. So let's say you want to weigh 65 kilos or 140 pounds and you step on the scale and you're 63 kilos. You're having the best day ever. You're elated. Isn't that kind of strange? And if you're 66 kilos, it can totally ruin your day. Think about those toxic thoughts, the thoughts that we say to ourselves that we would never dream of saying to others. It makes me sad. Yet there can be such a rational reason that you were 1 kilo heavier in the first place. In fact, a gold standard of determining a food sensitivity is to weigh yourself. And if you're more than half a kilo heavier one day to the next, that food that you ate could be creating inflammation in your body. And a strategy is to eliminate it for a period of time. This client knows that muscle weighs more than adipose or fat tissue. She knows when she's 5 to 15 pounds heavier because she's carrying more muscle mass. She might have been working out or doing some sort of program, so she's more toned. We look and feel leaner. We feel better. Our clothes are looser. We now feel more confident, more sexy, more attractive at the heavier weight, but still the heavier weight disturbs us when we see it on the scale. Look, if there's one thing you take from today, it's what I'm about to tell you next. It is the reason you throw away the scales. Weighing yourself when you have a goal weight to be less than what you weigh is focusing on what is rather than what you want it to be. So I want that to sink in for a little bit. We're talking about weighing ourselves here, but this is actually a lesson that you can apply to any goal, a financial goal, a relationship goal, a health and wellness goal. Focusing on what is when it's different to what you want creates resistance and moves you away from your goal. Resistance creates stress in the body. Stress releases cortisol, our stress hormone, and that prevents us from being in a place of peace and creativity and purpose. So if you want to be 70 kilos and you step on the scale and you're 72 kilos, you're actually giving yourself evidence that is the opposite of what you actually want. Humans crave evidence, but if the evidence is not where you want to be, it creates resistance to achieving your goal. What we said earlier, resistance creates stress. Stress in the body creates the stress hormone cortisol. Very aging, cortisol will stop you from being in a fat burning zone. Stress literally prevents you from dipping into your fat stores. I don't know about you, but I like being a fat burning, metabolically efficient machine. So where to from here? My client had such fear in her eyes. I can so closely relate to when we talked about what life would be like without a daily weigh-in. She told me, I can't do it. I can't do it. She was willing to reduce the cadence of her daily weigh to twice a week instead of every day. So I knew that twice a week was twice the opportunity to create resistance to her achieving her goal. And I want you to get results so badly. So we made a plan. I asked her, What would make it worth it to you to stop weighing yourself? Her answer, my goal is to stop being triggered. I want to have a healthy relationship with my body, with food. What a great intention. We agreed on her following a structured program. Strategically, one of my commandments in my program is that you weigh yourself at the start and you don't weigh yourself again. So it's a requirement of the program. Humans love structure. They love accountability. They like the safety of knowing the requirements or the rules. We're 95% more likely to be successful when we are held accountable. And who doesn't want that? I would love to be 95% more likely to be successful and to be told how to do that. She committed to the plan because of the accountability matrix, and the program has a small monetary value, which is also a commitment in her time out of her wallet. What you pay attention to. And I really love the research around accountability. The American Society of Training and Development did a study on accountability and found you have a 65% chance of completing a goal if you commit to somebody. And if you have a specific accountability appointment with the person, you increase that chance of success to 95%. I love layers of accountability. Imagine when you are 95% more likely to be successful. In my life, I place myself in very uncomfortable accountability layers so I can be the very best that I possibly can. My goal is to serve because I know I can get distracted with all the shiny objects otherwise. So here are my 5 thoughts to summarize this topic that I am so passionate about, because this information really can help you, especially if you get triggered and if you've got a history of disordered eating. 1, weighing yourself daily is a habit that does not serve you. It can create an unhealthy relationship with your body, with food, and modeling this behavior will impact the way our children love and accept themselves and their body. They are observing, they are downloading our behaviors, and most of our subconscious beliefs and patterns and thoughts are created by the time we are 7 years old. So our children are watching. Number 2, energetically, if your weight is not where it needs to be, you will create resistance, moving you away from your goal. Number 3, focus on where you want to go. Focusing on the present is actually already focusing on the past. I love this point. Number 4, accountability works. You are 95% more likely to be successful if you are accountable to somebody. Number 5, and my personal favorite, this is so heartfelt and comes from years of doing this work, learning to love and accept yourself and coming from a place of compassion, the same compassion you would have for yourself as you have for others, is paramount to your health, to the health of your mind and body and your success. And it's the path of least resistance. It's actually the easy way. Having compassion from where you're at, we are all on a different journey, and taking one tiny step forward and celebrating yourself for doing that is something everybody can do. On another note, I love serving you. If you are low in energy, I would love you to dig deeper and get to the real cause of what's going on. I have a great How's Your Energy quiz on my website, feelbetterinstitute.com. I'll pop it in the show notes. It's totally free, and you get a great detailed report that may not be what you think. If you don't have energy or vitality, life just isn't as fun. I'm passionate about helping ambitious women get their energy back so you can share your very special gifts that you were put on this earth for. And you can only do that when you feel amazing. Can I ask a favor? Take the quiz, celebrate yourself for taking action, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Keep reaching to feel better, because the world needs you to feel good so you can share that very special gift that only you have. And if you want more, check out my next video here.